Welcome back, it's Doug NPA. So modern women are having less children, and that's fine. But the problem is they've deified the fact that women give birth. Nothing a man can do to modern women has the same amount of worth as a woman having a child. The air conditioning that keeps them cool, the internet that gives them the ability to upload videos and scroll on TikTok, the buildings men build, the dirty jobs men do to keep the society running. Nothing compares to women can give birth, women can give life. This article here says, I'm self employed, but my wife thinks I'm at her disposal. We have a guy who finally got to work from home. His wife is on paternity leave with her second child, and she is running him crazy, which is starting to affect his job as a breadwinner of the family. So we're going to get into this article. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And let's get into this. It says, I took the decision to swap staff jobs for freelance contracts a while ago. My work-life balance had been skewed in the industry I work in. I know there was enough contracting work available. One other advantage of becoming my own boss was greater flexibility where my growing family was concerned. So good for him for focusing on his work-life balance, especially if he chose a field where he can be successful and also work from home and spend more time with his family. So good job on that. I was keen to be around for a few more bedtimes for our young children and give to my wife more support at the end of the day. However, while working for myself has been fine professionally speaking, the perceived flexibility my wife believes I have has gotten way out of hand. My wife is on maternity leave with our second child. Now, every moment I am working from home, she offloads our 3-year-old onto me. I lose my chain of thought in an instant when she interrupts my work, but if I say no to her request to keep an eye on our son, she reacts irritably. It's led to cross words a few times because inevitably she suggests that I see my role as main breadwinner as more important than hers of the primary caregiver. See, guys, there it is right there. There it is. Most women will never know the pressure a man feels of having to provide for a family. Men have been doing it since time immemorial, and men are willing to shoulder that burden. That's only 16% of marriages. The woman is the breadwinner of the family. 16%, right? A lot of single women out there, they're trying to avoid being the breadwinner of a family. That's why they say that they don't want to date down. They don't want to marry a guy that makes less money than them because they don't want to be financially responsible. They know the pressure that comes along with it, and they don't want any of it, so these women stay single. And also, ask single mothers about being the breadwinners for their family and how much pressure they're under. And they'll tell you. So this woman has a guy who's in a position to support the family, but she thinks that her job as a caregiver is as important, if not more important, than his job to provide for the family. Well, I got news for you, lady. You can't care for the kids unless he brings home the bread. How about that? This is crazy, you guys. So I want to tell her that they are both important, but I need to be left alone to get work done in order to be on hand for bath time or bedtime stories or whatever carnage the evening brings. Because my wife is breastfeeding, she expects me to leap to every need while I'm trying to impress potential employers or meet deadlines. I end up making lunch for everyone and changing nappies as my to-do list gets longer. Neither of my children get the best of me because I'm constantly trying to rush back to call or complete a project. It's true that employers have become a bit more understanding of families and their needs since the pandemic, but it's not one sole employer. I have now different clients that have differing needs, and I need to play the game and be on form. I'm not eligible for perks in the same way I would be in a staff role, and I constantly need to prove myself. I feel like I'm losing some professional credibility too. I've even had to squeeze work calls into a trip supervising my eldest at the park. Trying to sound knowledgeable while also ensuring my son doesn't topple off a climb frame leaves me feeling dazzled. And here's the thing. Women think that because of what Their mothers told them in the past, or these articles, that men just will never do enough. Women have to feel like you're contributing enough. And sometimes that can be a little, sometimes that can be a lot. Feelings always change. That is the problem. I feel like you're not doing enough. What does that mean? Well, guys say, you know what? I feel like I am doing enough. So what do we do now? And this guy has fallen into the trap where his wife thinks that her way of doing things is the way things need to be done. And I say no. Guys, don't ever fall into that trap in a marriage, ever. If you choose to get married or you have a long-term relationship and you live with a woman, she has to accept how you do things and if you're available or not. It's not just her way or the highway. It says, because I often work remotely, my wife sees this as a perfect opportunity to shoehorn in holidays or take advantage of our eldest not yet being school age. But trying to pack up a whole family and then drive somewhere is not remotely relaxing, and also means I lose hours of possibly earning time, only to have to grapple with patchy Wi-Fi and a tiny Airbnb while my wife badgers me to get finished so we can go out on some activity. She thinks I'm being difficult, but I just need hours at my desk. I know she wants us to make memories and enjoy being in our family bubble, but for that to occur, I need to be left in peace to earn a decent salary and not be villainized for closing my office door. I know parenting two little ones is hard work, but if we want the flexibility to do it together, I need to bring in enough cash and not be made to feel like a bad father for doing so. At the moment, I feel more stressed than I was in my last staff role. So you know what he needs to do? He needs to go back into the office. He needs to get a staff role, go back into the office so he can be left alone. This woman doesn't see that she has a man who's put himself in a position to be able to support the family while she's not working. And where does she get this notion from that he has to be available? He's there to help when he has to earn money. You can tell that he's probably made more money than her most of their marriage and has paid most of the bills. If he said, "Hey, fine, how about you work and support the family for 6 months," and she had to pay the bills when she was working, this should be a completely different scenario. Why women think that the pressure of motherhood is more important than a man's responsibilities and the pressure to take care of his family? How'd that happen? That's one of the biggest okie dokes that have ever happened, guys. It's because of third wave feminism and these articles where a housewife should be paid $175,000 in salary because she's a maid and a counselor and she's that. A woman at home is being compensated with the fact that the man has put himself in a position to be able to make it so she doesn't have to work and she can stay home and take care of her children, which, in my opinion, as a mother, is the most important thing a mother can do, is take care of her children. Tell me I'm lying, guys. This poor guy, man. Go back to work, buddy. Go back to work. Get a staff job. So Monday through Friday, you be out of the house and you can get some peace. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.